Hey everyone, I'm James for A Year in Film, and this is a review of The Adventures of Tintin. Converting a much loved series like Tintin into a film and not alienating the fans is a tough ask, yet people keep trying to do it these days. The misses can be devastating, but the hits can be, well, hits. The Adventures of Tintin I consider to be a qualified hit. Entirely done with motion capture CG, The Adventures of Tintin stars Jamie Bell and Andy Serkis as Tintin and Captain Haddock respectively, as they follow centuries-old clues to a lost treasure. The storyline combines multiple Tintin stories, as well as adding bits and pieces here and there. The CG is, well, incredible. I had my doubts about it before seeing it, thinking it might be a bit gimmicky, but the facial details are spot on, even down to nose hairs on Captain Haddock, for example, and the very elaborate action sequences and damn cool transitional effects just wouldn't be achievable with live actors. Technology is starting to blur that line between reality and CG, and there's a lot of promise there. For the most part, the film felt like a proper Tintin story, which was to be expected with the storylines being taken from the original books. I did feel that some of the slapstick comedy elements were a bit overdone and non-Tintin-y, but they quickly gave way to more interesting segments. A friend of mine who's a huge Tintin fan told me she was disappointed in the film but had expected to be, and for the die-hard Tintin fans, I don't think there's any way a movie could live up to the books. Going in as someone who doesn't know Tintin at all would be fine as well, as there's no prior knowledge assumed in the film. Of course, there's references to the books all through the film, and especially the intro sequence, but none of it is required reading. The film's ending was left wide open for a sequel, and word is that Peter Jackson will direct it. He was a producer and second unit director on this one. Actors were well chosen, and again, credit to the CG team for matching facial expressions to dialogue so very well. You wouldn't recognise Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as Thompson and Thompson if you didn't know beforehand. Overall, The Adventures of Tintin was just that, an adventure. Hardcore Tintin purists might be turned off a little bit by the slightly liberal license taken with the material, but most will just enjoy it for what it is.